Matter of fact, when I met Francis, I said, I've only got one problem with you doing this. And he said, what's that? He's kind of looking at me, and I said, well, The Godfather's better in the book, and The Black Stallion's better than the book. Are you going to do that to me? And he just laughed, and we're really good friends after that. We're still good friends.
Tulsa, oh my goodness. I said, driver, was The Outsiders filmed here? And I felt the van jolt because he hit the brakes, and then he looked back, he was like, absolutely. And I was like, yes, I knew there was something here. Yes, do you know where any of the locations are? And he said, well, I do know where the drive-in is. And I was like, that's a start. So we go to the drive-in. One, there are no drive-ins in Los Angeles, so that is a thing of the past. So just to be at any drive-in was cool. But to be at the Admiral Twin, where they filmed The Outsiders, was exceptionally cool. And unlike LA, it wasn't guarded by like a 20-foot fence with barbed wire and security systems. You could literally just walk into the drive-in from The Outsiders. Leave there, and we're doing some searching, and we finally come across Crutchfield Park, and I still was like, wow. I mean, the original jungle gym was long gone, but in the place of the old one is a new jungle gym, and where the fountain was, you could see that there was the cement foundation where they built that for the movie, and I couldn't believe it. And what I thought to myself was, how great is this? One, it's still around. Two, that I'm here. And three, where is that house? I know that house was close to the park. And I said, I bet if I look around, I'm going to find that house. And I just really just looked to my right, and I was like, the day that I got here, there was a for sale sign, and I took a photo of that sign. When I went back to the hotel room, I looked it up, and it was for sale for $42,000. And I remember thinking, $42,000? How is that possible? First of all, living in, Los Angeles, there hasn't been a house for sale for $42,000 since 1942, I'm guessing, right? And not only was this a house, this was the house. This was the Outsiders' house. This is the Curtis brothers' house. How is this for sale for 42 grand? What the? But I was also smart enough to go, dude, walk away. This is your first time ever being in Tulsa. You've never been to Oklahoma in your life, dude. You have no business buying the world's coolest greaser fort. Fate would always bring me back to Tulsa, and I'd always come and check in on this house. A minimum of once a year I'd come here. And year after year, I started to notice that the thing is starting to fall apart, and that the neighborhood is starting to disappear because they're coming through and tearing down these homes, and they're building new homes, Habitat for Humanity's homes, which I'm a fan of, but I'm not a fan if you're going to tear down what is an international treasure. And this house, this book, this movie are internationally recognized and adored, and so you understand this was unacceptable to the fact that I thought, what if somebody doesn't recognize what this true value this has to the community, to pop culture history, to Tulsa? And what if next year I come here, it's gone? I will be gutted, and I can't let that happen. And I kept thinking, why doesn't somebody do something about this already? And then that little voice goes, why don't you do something?
I remember we first met, and he said, would you have any plan to buy that Outsiders house and get it redone? I said, no, I can't keep up with my own house, much less try to fix up another one. But he wasn't discouraged. And, I donated quite a bit of my old memorabilia to this museum, and he's done such a job. I mean, he's very detail oriented. I mean, he wanted everything to look like it did in the movies.
When I first bought this house, I thought there's no way that this thing could be available because I can't be the only Outsiders fan on the planet, because this thing, in my neighborhood, even in Woodland Hills, California, we were all massive fans of this movie, And my original connection to this was that I grew up in the way that the Outsiders grew up in a different era. I was a latchkey kid whose father was in prison since I'm 2 months old. My mother didn't really express any interest in wanting to raise the kids that she had, at least me. And so at this point, I saw my story being, told on screen, and I realized that if the best life gets is a bunch of other neighborhood kids looking out for each other in denim jackets, doing their little sneaking in movies and hanging out, then that would be good enough for me. And so what happens is I didn't think that there was going to be as many fans as there were. I was gravely wrong, and this is the greatest thing that has ever happened, because I thought, well, I'll buy the house, I'll board it up, and we'll figure it out. I don't know, maybe I'll live there. I thought this was going to be my house. I didn't know. I was like, maybe I'll live part-time in LA, come to Tulsa, redo the house, and if a rogue fan happens to suss it out and realize that this is the Outsider's house and he looks cool, I'll let him come in to Pony's room and I'll show him my one poster. I had one poster. Why would I have more than one poster? I was a fan. But when I asked for help to build this thing after buying it and realizing I'm way over my head and this thing is a complete teardown, only thing this house needed was a completely new house.
We brought the kids up here and we loved doing the reenactment with the chocolate cake and all that and the beer. It's just great that we had the kids sit at the desk. It's just really neat to, it like transcends all different generations.
Actually connecting to the house and getting to see all this stuff makes you it really brings you back to the first time I watched it, it just I wish I could watch it for the first time all over again.
Okay, being here makes me feel like a greaser. It makes me feel like I'm ready for the rumble.
What Danny has done here is amazing. A labor of love, and it's, like with Danny, you never know where life's going to bring you. I bet, 10 years ago, he had no idea he'd be living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and running a museum.
Oh, I love this house. This house is wonderful. I watched the movie back in the day, and it just brings back memories. And I grew up in a bad neighborhood. It just brings me together. This is what my neighborhood was like.
I love it so much. I love this movie. I love this book. And it's been a huge part of my life for almost 3 years now. And it was so magical walking through the house and seeing all the costumes and all the props, and with the photo props sitting on the couch. I loved every single part of it.
Well, the popularity of the book is that even though it's 50 years old, everybody understands the inside group, the outside group, the hierarchy of high school and all the different groups that don't get along, and kids want friends like Pony Boy has. They want a tight-knit little group there, and I think that's why the book keeps selling. Of course, the movie keeps going because the acting's so good and it follows the book so well.
In every room that a scene was filmed, we have a photo which shows the scene, because no matter how many times you've seen the movie, you remember, but it's always good to be able to lock in and go, this was here. We've got furniture that looked like the furniture in the movie. None of the stuff survived the movie. They took it to a yard sale and sold it, all of the hard goods. All of the wardrobe goes back to Hollywood, and then Coppola has a bankruptcy sale, which these things then hit the open market. And all of this stuff. We have the largest collection of screen-worn movie memorabilia known to man, and we have the largest collection of S.E. Hinton novels of the Outsiders known to man as well. But when you come in here, you feel like you've walked onto a set that wasn't stricken, and every room you have a chance to take a photo and reenact the scene that happened. 3.5 years, we're working on it, we're getting it all right. We have a grand opening. It was a sold-out event. C. Thomas Howell, the mayor, S.C. Hinton, we cutting ribbons, bang, we cut it. We're looking forward to the future, and then COVID hits. So the museum was shuttered for about a year and change, and so we didn't know what the future would bring for us. And then slowly but surely, we started opening on weekends, smaller numbers, intimate groups, and then it started to grow and grow and grow. And similar to how this thing got built, the crowd started to show up. And now here we are, middle 2021, and we're literally about 5 minutes before the doors open. It's always an amazing weekend here. We have the widest swath of fan base from 8 to 80 and everything in between. And it's really a beautiful day, a day where you can just snap out of reality and come into this wonderful world of greaserness and just enjoy yourself. I bought the house but S.C. Hinton and the fans are the ones who built it. I can't express enough how grateful I am to them, because people pat me on the back all the time for doing this, and I gotta be honest, it's like, it was them, you know? Without their help, I had nothing, and for that I will be forever grateful. It's changed my life in ways I could never imagine, and this is why I make Tulsa my home.